morning.
Teacher,
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay, so let's start now. So before we start, let's see what we have studied in our last chapter. In your previous chapter, what did we study? We have studied about Shivaji's childhood. We have studied about birth of Shivaji. We have seen how Shivaji's childhood was there and how his mother used to teach him, how his mother used to tell him the stories of all the great people, what influence took place in mind of Shivaji after listening the stories and after hearing the stories of great people from his mother. We have learned about Shahaji Raje towards the Mughals, how he has conquered the Mughals, and we have also seen that how the new Nizam Shahi was found. We have seen that how Jijabai and Shivaji was moved to Karnataka and what all problems they have to face during the moving in the Karnataka. Yes, these all things we have studied in our last lecture. Yes, now today we are going to study about Shivaji's education. We are going to study about Shivaji's education. This is chapter number 5. Shivaji's education. EVS 2. Okay, students who are not knowing which subject we are going to study, this is for them. It is CVS 2, chapter number 5, Shivaji's education. We will see about how Shivaji got his education, okay, and how did he did all the good things by learning good things by his parents. Okay, in this chapter we will learn about Shivaji's education. Now I will start with the presentation, and with the presentation only we will start learning the chapter. We will start the discussion of the chapter according to the PPT. So it's a request that carefully observe the PPT. Don't chat in between, okay? Because I will stop the PPT in between and I will ask anyone the questions regarding the topic. So you have to be very attentive during the lectures. Now I will start with the PPT. Okay, the name of the chapter is chapter 5, Shivaji's education. Okay, now beginning of Shivaji's education. Okay, we will start with Shivaji's education. We will first see the parents of Shivaji Maharaj. Yes, we all know that Shahaji Raje and Jijabai were the parents of Shivaji Maharaj, and they took great interest in Shivaji Maharaj's education. They took very great interest in Shivaji's education. They wanted their son to learn new things. They wanted their son to become very great personality. So they took very good interest in teaching Shivaji Maharaj. Shahaji Raje was a Sanskrit scholar himself, and he had a lot of scholars and artists at his Bangalore court. Now, who was Shahaji Raje? He himself was a great Sanskrit scholar. Yes, he was a great Sanskrit scholar, and he had lots of scholars in his Bangalore court. Okay, in the Bangalore court, he was having very great artists, and there were different type of scholars with him who was there in the Bangalore court. Shahaji Raje thus selected very talented and good teachers to teach Shivaji Maharaj. Yes, as he himself was a very good teacher, he himself was a very good scholar, but he wanted his son to learn everything new. He wanted his son to become a very good personality, and he took lot of efforts in teaching Shivaji Maharaj. So he selected very best teachers, very good teachers who can teach Shivaji Maharaj everything. Shivaji Maharaj's education started at the age of 7 years. Yes, when Shivaji Maharaj was 7 years old, his education started. Shivaji learned how to read and write. He learned stories from Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Bhagavad Gita. Yes, there were not, the books were not like we are having so many different types of books. Yes, so many subjects are there. Like that time, there were no books are like what we are having. No books were like that during that period of time. So what did Shivaji Maharaj learn? He started to learn the stories from Ramayana, Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita because only these holy books were available that time. So he used to study from all this book. He learned stories from all that books, and he also learned how to read and write. When he was 7 years old, he began with his education, and he learned stories from Ramayana, Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita. He also learned different skills of war and administration. Shivaji Maharaj learned wrestling. Now he was a great person. He wanted to become a great personality. We all know how brave Shivaji Maharaj was, how strong Shivaji Maharaj was, and he started to learn the different skills of war. Yes, what do you mean by war? Fight होता है ना, बड़े बड़े fights होते हैं. Yes, to defeat the enemy, Shivaji Maharaj started to learn different skills in the war, and he also learned about wrestling. He learned how to use a sword. He learned how to ride a horse. Yes, he learned about sword fighting. Sword means bhala. Yes, we all know na bhala kaise rehta hai. A big stick is there and an arrow is attached to that big stick or big rod. That is known as a sword. He learned sword fighting. Why? Because it was a skill used mostly during the war time. When the war used to take place, these all armories were used during that time, and he learned sword fighting, and he also learned how to ride a horse because people used to defeat the enemies on the riding a horse only. So he learned how to ride a horse. He learned how to use dandapatta sword. In the picture you can see the dandapatta is there. He learned how to use that dandapatta, how to fight with that dandapatta during the period of war. Soon Adil Shah sent Shahaji on a campaign to capture kingdoms of the south. Now, what did Adil Shah do? Yes, he sent Shahaji Maharaj on the campaign to capture the kingdoms of south. Okay, the people who were living in the south side, Adil Shah has told Shahaji Maharaj to capture the kingdom of the people who are living in the south regions. At that time, Shivaji and Jijabai were at Bangalore. During that time, when the war was going to take place, yes, Shivaji Maharaj and Jijabai was in the Bangalore. Since Shahaji had to go on a campaign, he sent Shivaji and Jijabai to Pune. Now he thought that there is no one to take care of Shivaji Maharaj and Jijabai. So it won't be a safe place for them to stay alone. Yes, and there was no one to take care of them. So he was very afraid that what will happen if something happens to him. So he sent Shivaji Maharaj and Jijabai to Pune because it was the safest place for them. There were so many people, there were so many relatives of Shahaji that they used to take care of Shivaji Maharaj and Jijabai. So he sent Shivaji Maharaj and Jijabai to Pune. Along with Shivaji, Shahaji sent horses, elephants, infantry, money, flags, and his trusted men and excellent teachers. Now Shivaji was very small that time, and his education was taking place. He was learning during that time. He was having his teachings that time. So when he was sent to Pune, what did Shahaji Maharaj do? He also sent horses, his elephants, his infantry, his money, his flag, and the person whom he trusted a lot, and also the very good teachers which used to teach Shivaji Maharaj. He sent them all along with Shivaji Maharaj so that his education won't stop, his teaching won't be getting disrupted. So what Shahaji Maharaj do? He sent all these things along with Shivaji and Jijabai to Pune. When Shivaji came to Pune, he remembered the days of his childhood. Yes, when Shivaji came to Pune, what did he remember? He remembered all the days he has spent in his childhood. How his childhood was there, how his friends were there, how they used to play, how they used to roam about like the birds. Yes, all these things were remembered by Shivaji when he returned to Pune. He was happy to see the tall peaks of Sahyadri again. Yes, he was missing all that things. When he returned to Pune, he started to see the tall peaks of Sahyadri Mountains. Yes, he started to see all the big, big mountains, the hills that were there on the Sahyadris. And he was very happy. He was very glad to see and observe all those things again. Pune was a nice small town at that time. How was Pune? Pune itself is now also a beautiful place, yes, but during that time it was very small. It was nice. There was happiness everywhere. People used to stay united with each other. There were no wars taking place. Yes, everybody was happy. The people used to celebrate each and every festival together. No one was having any inferiority or superiority among the people. They used to take care, they used to look after each other, and they treated everybody equally. So the place was very good, it was very nice, and it was very small town during that time. Adil Shah had totally destroyed it and burnt it. But Adil Shah, what did he do? He did not see the happiness of the people. Yes, he did not wanted that people to be happy. So he decided to destroy all that things. He decided to destroy the happiness of the people. So what he did? He destroyed everything. He made wars in that places and he burned that entire place. He burned the houses of the people. Small, small places were there. He started to burn all that places. Houses and temples were broken. People had run away from the town. Fields were left barren. Forests had vanished. People had lost everything. People had lost everything. Everybody was suffering. Everybody was suffering from famine. Everybody was suffering from diseases. Everybody was suffering from wars. Everybody was suffering from sicknesses. Everybody was suffering from diseases. Everybody was suffering from famine. Everybody was suffering from diseases. Everybody was suffering from famine. work in Pune? How did the work in Pune started? Shivaji took the charge of Pune. Yes, Shivaji took the charge of Pune during very young age. It was very young age of Shivaji Maharaj when he took the charge of Pune. Dadoji Konde was a loyal and trusted servant of Shahaji Raje. Yes, who was Dadoji Konde? He was the loyal and trusted servant of Shahaji Raje. He was one of the loyal servants whom Shahaji Raje used to trust a lot. Shahaji had appointed Dadaji as a Subedar of Kundana Fort. Yes, what did Shahaji Maharaj do? What did Shahaji Raje do? He appointed Dadaji Konde as the Subedar. Yes, Subedar means as a security of Kundana Fort. He used to take care of that Kundana Fort. He used to see all the things are going properly in that Kundana Fort. So he was the in charge of Kundana Fort. Dadaji was perfect in his accounts and was very disciplined. Yes, he was very perfect in his account. He used to keep each and every record of the account properly. He used to see what amount used to come, what amps used to come from different people, and he used to keep the proper record of that account, and he used to give everything, whatever the record was been done, he used to state everything in front of Shahaji Raje, and that's why Shahaji Raje appointed him. He trusted him, and he was one of the loyal servant of the Shahaji Raje, and he was very disciplined. Yes, he was very strict. He never did things here from here to there. He had such disciplinary in himself. On Shahaji's instructions, Dadaji came to Pune to help Shivaji with the administration of Pune. Now Shivaji Maharaj was very young. Yes, Shivaji Maharaj was very young, and Shahaji Raje wanted to get Shivaji Maharaj to get distracted from his education, from his teaching. So what did he do? He told Dadaji to come to Pune and to take care of Shivaji Maharaj and help him to do the administration work in Pune. Dadaji encouraged farmers a lot. Yes, there were farmers who used to have the field, but which was destroyed by Adil Shah. The farmers did not want to start the work again because they thought if we start with the work again, Adil Shah will definitely ruin it again. Adil Shah will definitely destroy it. So the farmers were having fear in their mind and in their heart that they don't wanted to work again by doing the field work. So what did Dadoji do when he came to Pune? He encouraged the farmers to start the work again because he was the in charge of that time. During that time, Dadaji was the in charge, and he told farmers, he told the poor people that you start with your farm work again, you start with your field work again. So the farmers and the poor people, they started to do the field work again. He did not make them pay taxes for few years and made them farm their lands again. Now the condition was not so good. Yes, the poor people, they have lost everything. They have lost their land, they have lost their field, they have lost their farm. They have also lost their domestic animals because of the war which was done by the Adil Shah. So they were not in the condition to pay taxes to Dadoji or other person. So what did Dadaji told them? That you don't pay me any kind of taxes. You start working on the field. You start cultivating your crops again. Okay, you buy domestic animals and you take care of them, but you don't pay me any kind of taxes. And he helped them in making their farms and lands again. He gave farmers seeds, plows, wells, etc. Yes, everything, the farming implements, whatever were needed for the farmers, he provided them everything. He gave them seeds, he gave them plows, and he also started to build wells for the poor farmers. He gave prizes for destroying wolves, which harass the farmers and people. Yes, he also gave people prizes. Yes, he used to give people coins so that whoever he will destroy, whoever will kill the wolves which are roaming about in the jungles, and whoever will kill that foxes and the wolves who are roaming about in the jungle, he used to give that people a prize. So people people was eagerly doing all that things. They started to kill the wolves. Yes, they started to kill that wolves who were roaming all about in the places and who used to harass the people, farm people. When the people used to work in the farm, these wolves used to come there and they used to attack the poor people. So they have to lose their life. So Dadoji, what did he do? He told people, those who will kill the wolves who are harassing the people in the farm work, he will give them a present. He will give them a prize. So people started to kill these wolves. There were lots of bandits who were troubling the people there. Yes, there was lots of thieves. During that time, what happened? Everything was destroyed. Yes, everything was destroyed. The place was not happy during that time. So there were thieves and wolves who came and who settled there. So these people, who the thieves who used to harass them, there were so many different type of bandits who came and they started to harass people. So Dadaji, what did he do? He told the people to kill all that bandits, to kill all that thieves, to make them run away from the city. If they wanted to see the place happy again, they have to make the thieves run away from that place. Dadoji organized the farmers into groups and they kept watch on captured these bandits. Now, what did Dadoji do? He made the groups of the farmers, yes, the poor farmer who used to work on the field and land, and these thieves used to come and rob them. They used to steal them. What did Dadoji do? He told the farmers that you have to make small group of 7 to 8 people, and whenever these bandits used to come there, they have to catch them and they have to throw them away from that place. Dadoji then fixed land revenue according to the quality of the land. The people was thus very happy. Yes, he fixed the land revenue and people started to cultivate, people started to grow their crops once again, and it was a happy life for the people who was staying there. Life began to settle down once again. Dadoji taught Shivaji how to look after the people, decide rules, and give people justice. Yes, from the very young age, Dadoji took the charge of the Shivaji Maharaj. Yes, he took the charge of teaching for Shivaji Maharaj because Shivaji was under his teaching, so he took the charge of Shivaji Maharaj. He taught Shivaji Maharaj how to care for people, how to protect his people, and how to give justice to the people. He also taught Shivaji things like spear, throwing, archery, horsemanship. Yes, he also taught Shivaji Maharaj how to fight with the enemies. He taught Shivaji Maharaj how to use the spear, how to use archery. Okay. The people living in the Mawal region are known as Mawlas. Yes, now the people who used to live in the Mawal region were known as the Mawlas. They were brave, hard working, and quick. Now the people, they were poor, but they were very brave. They were never afraid of anyone, and they used to fight with everyone who used to approach them. The armies who used to approach them, who used to make a war against them, they bravely fight for their justice. They were very hard working and they were doing the things very quickly. The Sultan really harassed them and they had no support. But what happened, even though they were fighting bravely, even though they were very strong, they had no support. They didn't have a strong support with whom they would fight, because the sultan who was staying in the marvels, they harassed the poor people. They made the life hell. So these people need someone to support them. Yes, these people needed someone who would support them. A great support was needed for these people. Shivaji felt really bad for these people. Now, when Shivaji heard about all these things, that the people who were staying in the marvels were very brave, but they are not having a strong support to fight for the people, fight for the Sultan, fight against the Sultan. So he felt very bad for those people. They were constantly on the run. He would talk to Jijabai about it. He wanted to do something for these people. These poor people who were staying in the marvels, they used to constantly run from one place to another to save their life. And Shivaji did not like all this. Yes, he did not want the people to run from their work. He did not want the people to run for their life, and he wanted the people to fight for their life. Yes, he wanted the people to fight for justice. So what did he do? He started to have a talk with Jijabai. He told his mother all about this thing, that he is not feeling good about the people who is having the harassment from the sultans who was staying in the marvels, and he really wanted to do something good for that poor people. Jijabai would encourage Shivaji to do good for people. Jijabai always taught Shivaji Maharaj good things. She always gave him good education. She always taught him how to protect our people, how to fight for the justice of the people. And she would always encourage Shivaji Maharaj to do all good things. She told Shivaji that he was a descendant of Rama and Krishna, so he should always kill wicked people. Now, what did she taught Shivaji Maharaj? Yes, she always told Shivaji Maharaj that you belong to the ancestor of Rama and Krishna. Yes, you belong from the ancestor of Rama and Krishna. So you should always protect your people, and you should always kill the wicked people. Wicked people means जो बहुत गंदे लोग रहते हैं, जो लोगों को तंग करते हैं, that is known as the wicked people, and you should always kill those people. You should fight for that people. Jijabai was already upset at the terrible way in which her father and brothers were killed. Apart from all these things, she was very upset. She was not happy because in the war which took place, it killed her father and her brothers. Yes, during that war, what happened? Her father and her brothers were being killed. So she was very upset. She was not at all happy, but she never showed on her face. Why? Because it would harm, it would affect the Shivaji's teaching. Okay, so that's why she never made that those things to come on her face. So she was very upset. She was not having that type of courage to send Shivaji Maharaj to fight for those people. She did not want Shivaji to work for Muslim kings. Yes, she did not wanted Shivaji Maharaj to fight for the Muslim kings. Why? Because of that fight in that Muslim kings, the war which took place, a brother and a father was killed because of the Muslim kings. So she did not wanted Shivaji Maharaj to work for those people. She wanted him to establish his own kingdom. That was Swaraj. Yes, Hindvi Swaraj was made by Shivaji Maharaj. We have learnt in the beginning that Shivaji Maharaj has established his own Swaraj known as Hindvi Swaraj. And she wanted him to establish his own Swaraj. She wanted him to have his own government. She wanted him to become a very strong and great personality who will always fight for himself, for his people, and who will defeat the enemies. In this way, with the support of Jijabai and Dadaji Kondev, Shivaji took the charge of Pune. Yes, Jijabai and Dadaji Kondev was a great support for Shivaji. They always encouraged Shivaji Maharaj to fight
Shivaji Maharaj's parents, Shahaji Raje and Jizabai, took great interest in artists
Now it is
at
coming,
his
teacher.
Bangalore court. Maharaj's education started at the age of 7 years. Shivaji learned how to read and write. He learned stories from Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Bhagavad Gita. He also learned different skills of war and administration. Shivaji Maharaj learned wrestling. He learned how to use a sword. He learned how to ride a horse. He learned how to use the Danpatta sword. Soon, Adil Shah sent Shahaji on a campaign to capture kingdoms of the south. At that time, Shivaji and Jizabai were at Bangalore. Since Shahaji had to go on a campaign, he sent Shivaji and Jizabai to Pune. Along with Shivaji, Shahaji sent horses, elephants, infantry, money, flags, and his trusted men and excellent teachers. When Shivaji came to Pune, he remembered the days of his childhood. He was happy to see the tall peaks of the Sahyadri again. Pune was a nice, small town at that time. Adil Shah had totally destroyed it and burnt it. Houses and temples were broken. People had run away from the town. Fields were left barren. Forests had grown everywhere. Wolves and thieves were roaming everywhere. The condition of Pune was very bad when Shivaji and Jizabai came to Pune. When people heard that Shivaji and Jizabai had come back to Pune, they felt happy. A lovely Ganpati temple was built at Kasba Pet. Daily pujas started happening there, and slowly life started returning to normal. Jizabai revived other temples in Pune too. Festivals were celebrated once again. Dadoji Koundev built a huge palace for Shivaji and Jizabai to live in. This was called the Lal Mahal. Work in Pune. Shivaji takes charge of Pune. Dadaji Koundev was a loyal and trusted servant of Shahaji Raja. Shahaji had appointed Dadaji as the Subedar of Kundana fort. Dadaji was perfect in his accounts and was very disciplined. On Shahaji's instructions, Dadaji came to Pune to help Shivaji with the administration of Pune. Dadaji encouraged farmers a lot. He did not make them pay taxes for a few years and made them farm their lands again. He gave farmers seeds, plows, wells, etc. He gave prizes for destroying wolves which harassed the farmers and the people. There were lots of bandits who were troubling the people too. Dadaji organized the farmers into groups and they kept watch and captured these bandits. Dadaji then fixed land revenue according to the quality of the land. The people were thus very happy. Dadaji taught Shivaji how to look after the people, decide rules, and give people justice. He also taught Shivaji things like spear throwing, archery, horsemanship, etc. The people living in the Marwar region are known as Marwaras. They were brave, hardworking, and quick. The Sultan really harassed them and they had no support. Shivaji felt really bad for these people. They were constantly on the run. He would talk to Jizabai about it. He wanted to do something for these people. Jizabai would encourage Shivaji to do good for the people. She told Shivaji that he was a descendant of Ram and Krishna, so he should also kill wicked people.